Good morning, everybody. Chromatic says, guess who's no longer gay? Did Trump scare the gay out of you? Was that what he did? Hello, Melon. Hello, Sunshine. Dark Side. Hello, Lauren. Pam. Hydroid. How are you? Welcome, people. Welcome after the electric. Morning, good morning, good morning. What an interesting day or night last night was. So I wanted to do a live stream last night when I was at work. But I wanted to do a live stream last night, but I was at work. So instead, I sat on my phone for 8.5 hours. With my little phone charger. I sat in my work lobby because I got put on standby. And at my job, every once in a while, it happens maybe once every 2 weeks, but everybody gets rotated into what's called a standby position at my job. So I sat at work in a lobby till almost midnight last night on my phone, watching live streams. I watched a bunch of Destiny's live stream. I watched a little bit of Hassan Piker's live stream. I tuned in all around, and I was watching a lot of coverage of the election. And it just so happens that last night, well, I woke up officially, Donald Trump has won presidency. Now, I've never been somebody who's very super political. But I did find that this was the first time in my life that I've actually been teeny-weeny little bit invested in politics and trying to understand what each party represented, specifically Trump and specifically Kamala. I know I'm saying her name wrong. Kamala's what she represents, what Donald Trump represents, and I sat and I looked and I did as best as I could. I looked into both presidents and what they represent and stuff, and I didn't end up voting for either of them. So first off, I just want to say I didn't vote for Trump and I didn't vote for Kamala Ding Dong. I didn't vote at all, actually. Which apparently Twitter thinks that if you don't vote, you're still part of the problem. But if I do vote and it's not the party people want, I'm still part of the problem. And if I vote one side, I'm still part of the problem. So you're kind of put in a situation at that point where, and I'm sorry, but I think that if you're one of those people where you don't want to vote, that's your right. And I don't think that people should be scrutinized because you didn't vote. Because at the end of the day, no matter who you vote for, I think both candidates aren't the best, but I do think one is a little bit more qualified than the other. But that's just my personal opinion. I'll let you determine who I think that is. But yeah, so I wanted to get into politics a little bit more because I'm stupid. Okay, I did not have any political upbringing when it came to anything. And as I said in the start of this, I didn't really know anything about politics, and I still really don't know a lot about politics. But what I do know is that I want to learn. Genuinely. But we are now stuck with Trump for the next 4 years. Is that going to be bad? Is that going to be good? I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the polls last night? I know I have people here who are not part of the USA. What do you guys think? Are you guys happy with the results? You know what? Let me see. I want to see Kamala. Okay, I'm starting a poll. I want you guys to vote. I've never actually done this before. I want to know overall who you like, the general consensus of my chat right now. We have 188 people watching right now. So what's the consensus? What do you guys sit on? The poll is in the little chat there. You can vote. I've never used a poll. That's kind of cool. When did YouTube add polls? I swear YouTube has been upping themselves. You're just happy that Miss Camel Toe didn't get it? That's not very nice. That's sexist, man. That's horrible. Why would you say something so horrible? Oh boy. I prefer Trumps over camels. Okay. Wow, we have a 59%. Oh, we got a 58% voted for our more Trumpies, and 56. Wow, this is actually. Are we going to get it balanced? 56-44. Look at this. The poll. The polls are coming in, guys. 120 some votes. I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought it would be way more on one side than the other. I personally, I don't care who you voted for. I really don't. For me, it's all about the entertainment aspect now, because we're going to watch some stuff on social media. We're going to watch some videos, some people having mental breakdowns over last night. But here's the thing. I actually, humble brag, I won $1,000 last night because I made some bets on who was going to win. In fact, I made a prediction months ago. Well, not months ago. Well, yeah, it was months ago. I said the moment he got part of his ear popped off, right? I'm like, okay, he's going to win presidency. Regardless of what his policies are, regardless of what he believes in, he's going to win.
Here's 10 Australian bucks.
Oh, thank you for the 10 Aussies. Good eye, mate, Mr. Stupid. Thank you for your $10. That was probably a terrible Australian accent. Hey, it's Dumpy. Hi, Dumpy. How are you? You know what? I just want some mods just because. And because you're verified and it's actually you, even though you probably don't care, I'm going to add you as a moderator. There you go. How goes it, Mr. Dumpy Dumpy? You know, every time I love your little profile icon, excuse me. I was just a couple days ago showing a girl Courage the Cowardly Dog, and we watched episodes together sitting on the couch and holding hands. It was a very, very special occasion because she really hadn't, all she remembers from Courage the Cowardly Dog is she watched one episode as a kid and she got super scared. So I got to sit on the couch, hold her hand, and we watched Courage the Cowardly Dog. Isn't that romantic? Find you a woman who can watch cartoons with. Anyways, what was I saying before my brain just got destroyed by a Australian donation? Thank you so much. What was I saying? I have ADHD, by the way, so if I completely have a mind blank of what I was talking about, that's blame my ADHD. Let me look at the poll. Wow, look at us. We are 49% Trump and 50%. You guys are trolls. Look at you assholes. 50% Trump, 50% Kamala. Now it's 50. You guys are doing this on purpose. Come on. It should be a landslide. I don't see. This is the problem with YouTubers. With your YouTube community, if you have a YouTube channel, you should try to foster one side being stronger than the other. You should try to grift off the Republican Party and make one channel specifically dedicated only to conservatives, right? Because that's the way to get the most money and monetize the most amount of money is by appealing to only one side. Who cares about diversity? Who cares about thinking critically for yourself, right? Appeal to the left, appeal to the libs, appeal to the right, appeal to the extremists, the fascists. Maybe. Thank you, Riboto Studios. The map is just about the same when Hillary lost. So fun. So fun fact there, maybe. You don't have to... guys, I'm being sarcastic. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a very sarcastic fellow. Most of what I say, you probably shouldn't take me super, super seriously. I mean, some things, but I try to make it known if I actually think what I'm saying is true. But I'm a bit trolly, okay? I like to play both sides, but also I like to think for myself, and I like to hear both sides of conversations and debates. You know what's crazy is that I listen to a lot of Destiny on YouTube. Do you guys know who Destiny is? I think he's really smart on some things, but I also think that he's really annoying. And his stream was not... He shut down his stream very, very quickly last night when the Donald Trump won. And for the whole night, he was screeching about each state. It was very entertaining to see him screech for so long. He's like, Harris is gonna win! Harris is gonna win! Hey, look, I won $1,000 last night, okay? $1,000. I gambled, okay? This man here, I don't gamble. The only thing I gamble on is on OnlyFans, right? Paying a subscription and hopefully a girl will respond to me because I'm that sad of a pathetic person that I have to donate money. No, I'm joking. I do that, by the way. No, maybe I do, maybe I don't. I gambled and won $1,000, and I'm very happy with my result. Okay, $1,000. And you know what the funny thing is? I woke up this morning, and my first thought is, all of these celebrities, right? I don't know if you guys saw the ads, but a lot of Hollywood celebrities, dude, I'm so fucking stupid. I put out a tweet last night before I went to bed, and I was making fun of Hollywood celebrities, and I said that the Hollywood celebrities got paid by Trump because I'm so fucking stupid and dyslexic. I meant to say Kamala, but I left, for the whole 8 hours I was asleep, I left up a tweet saying that Hollywood celebrities got paid by to vote for Donald Trump. I'm like, I'm so dyslexic, it drove me crazy. I deleted it this morning and then put a similar tweet out. But you had all these big celebrities, right? You had Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro made a speech the other day, and he got up on stage, and he's like, if Trump wins, I'm going to move out of the country. You know what? I'm sick of these dumb fuck celebrities literally saying, if this person gets into office, I'm moving. How about you actually act on your damn word and do it? Do it, oldie. Do it. You have all these people threatening to leave the U.S. Do it. We don't need your dumb fuck in the U.S. If you're going to get mad because somebody, the U.S. voted for somebody you didn't like, get the fuck out. And I would say this to a Donald Trump. I'd say this if Kamala won. I don't care at the end. I mean, I do care. But at the end of the day, I don't, like, people who make these baseless threats of like, I'm going to move out. Why don't they fucking do it? You're rich enough, right? Robert Downey, did you guys see that the whole cast of the Avengers, they got on a Zoom call? God, this was so cringe. I wanted to fucking drink bleach. They got on a Zoom call, all of them, and they had the Avengers like kind of background music, the da 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 da. You know what I'm talking about. And they're all like, we're voting for this guy. And then Mr. Hulk, the guy, what's the actor who plays the Incredible Hulk? God, I hate that guy. He is so fucking cringe. I can't stand him. The guy who plays the Hulk in the Avengers, whatever his name is, Mark Ruffalo? Mark Russo? No, that's the directors. Mark something. It is Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo. He went on... that guy. I can't stand him. It drives me crazy when celebrities try to get involved in politics because they're so fucking stupid and out of touch of reality, and they're not being taxed enough, personally. They deserve to have their taxes should be 80%. Tax 80% of their income, everything they make, 80%. That's what I think. Tax millionaires more, tax billionaires more. But is Elon Musk going to be taxed now that Trump's in office? That's the question. What do you guys think? You know, Elon Musk is now like a centerpiece of like a political figure now, right? Celebrities shouldn't talk about anything. I agree. You know why? Because they're stupid. They're out of touch with reality. They don't know what people go through. A large portion. I just dropped shit on my pants, right on my dick. Oh my God, it's gross. It makes me so angry when I see rich people, specifically like celebrities, try to persuade people who to vote for. It's like, dude, stick to acting. You're fucking retarded. You're stupid. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say. And you guys got paid to promote Kamala Harris and you still fucking lost. How does that make you feel? That's the funny. I find it funny that they got paid thousands of dollars to make videos about saying you need to vote for this woman, and they still lost. And it just puts in perspective how out of touch that these people are, and that they're being paid to promote somebody and they still lost. Like, I would be humiliated and embarrassed if I was in that position. Being paid money to tell people to vote and you still lose? Trump is going to help millionaires? Is he? See, I hear the different thing. I don't know what Trump's going to do. I don't know what his thoughts are on taxes. I know. Wow, look at that. The poll is 50-50, guys. You guys are trolls. Trolls. 50-50 Trump and 50-50 Kamala. I don't understand. The only thing I know. Here's the thing, though. And correct me if I'm wrong on this. Abortion, right? I saw so many tweets last night of people seething about abortion. About how saying that abortion is going to be completely banned in all the U.S. now that Trump's taken office. Right? And that's not going to happen. Okay? Abortion is not going to be completely banned in the USA. That's not going to happen. You know why? Because most people are too dumb to understand that abortion is specifically a state issue. Almost every single state has, from what I understand about the USA, every state has its own like form of like government within that state, and the state kind of votes for certain things that go down. Trump, whether Kamala had taken office or not, Kamala is not going to be able to like just change every state to legalize abortion. It does, from what I understand, it doesn't work that way. It's a state issue. And the states decide these types of things, right? So, like, whether Kamala won or Trump winning, it's not going to go like, as extreme as people think. Oh, Trump's in office, now abortion is going to be banned in every state. That doesn't work. It does not work that way, from what I understand. We don't know what Trump is doing. Search up Project 2025. I did look up. Yes, you guys are used to states decide. So like, I can't. It makes me laugh when I see all these tweets of people like breaking down and having mental breakdowns over the election, saying abortion's going to be banned in every state. Dude, tell me you don't know anything about anything when you say stuff like that. Like, it hasn't always been like a state thing for anyway. So the one thing I think that's really stupid that Trump is going to do is, at first I was like, I agree with this. And look, this is my ignorance speaking. So if people are political and you know more about politics than me, feel free to call in on my Discord, though my Discord is private and you have to be a member to join it. But if you want to talk to me, you can join my Discord. You got to become a member. I'd love to have a conversation with somebody with my chat, honestly, on VC, on explaining to me how these things work. But Trump's ideas on tariffs, okay? Tariffs. Do you guys know what tariffs are? So, back in the, I think it was 18th or 19th century, okay? 18th or 19th century, the government made most of its money through tariffs. And Trump wants to go back to the 18th, 19th century, that idea, and do tariffs. And from what I understand with tariffs, basically, any country outside the US that imports things is taxed more. And specifically, Trump said that he wanted China was building a gigantic automobile industry plant in Mexico. And their plan, and the biggest automobile industry in the world, literally in Mexico. And they recently just shut it down because they predicted that Trump was going to win. Because Trump said that if China builds this big plant in Mexico, he's going to tax them like 200%. So basically, if they import a car into the U.S., the taxes on it are going to cost so much that they can't do it, right? Because China, this is Trump saying this, China wants to take over the automobile industry in the USA. And so tariffs would like eliminate that type of, importing of goods and stuff like that, and tax them in ways that they would be fined heavily for bringing things in or whatever. In theory, I think that certain things, I kind of support that, but at the same time, I don't, because he wants to do tariffs. He stated that he wanted to do tariffs on Mexico, right? But what a lot of people don't understand is that a large portion of our product, tomatoes, avocados, fruits, and things that we get in America, one of our largest importers is actually Mexico. And my fear is, now that he's in office, he says he wants to bring, inflation down. I think inflation's going to go up. And I hope to God I'm wrong. But if he imposes these tariffs, right, on agriculture, where we get a lot of import, I think that inflation's going to go up. Because as far as I'm aware, I don't know if we even have the agricultural infrastructure to, like, do we even have an agricultural infrastructure to be able to support all of the U.S.? Like, realistically, maybe, we have a lot of farms here, right? But we have a lot of potatoes, but a larger portion, like our avocados, they're not grown in the U.S., a large portion of it, right? I'm sorry, I haven't even been looking at chat. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
That is what they call the long game.
I think tariffs only apply to goods that can be made in the U.S. Is that? I don't know. Lumber and metal tariffs from China too is going to increase the prices on building materials significantly as well. See, you're saying exactly from my understanding of what tariffs and how they operate. Tariffs don't even work how he thinks they will. Tariffs are paid by we, the people, because the companies have stuff imported to make it pricier. Sarah says, I've been watching you for years. Repsion, big fans. Green from Croatia, and lots of love. Thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate that. And thank you for the $5 donation. This is this. I'm going to... Oh, look at that. I can heart your comment when you donate. That is so cool. It wasn't about making abortion legal. It was about putting a Democrat in the Supreme Court. That is what they call the long game. Ah, gotcha. Inflation is related to the costs of energy. Is it? Is inflation related to the cost of energy? I haven't heard that one, but what do I know? I know. See, Trump's going to make avocados cost so much. You got you white women who love your avocado toast every morning. What are you going to do that you don't have your avocado toast? And if you do have your avocado toast, you're going to pay $15 for a piece of avocado toast. Talk about privilege. Talk about it. You and your avocado toast. What would white Karens do without their avocado toast? Awesome Fez says the U.S. should be making more of its own products. I actually agree with you 100%. And that is one thing on Trump that I do agree with, is I think that the U.S. should be more independent. I'm using the right word, right? I'm dyslexic as fuck. Independent, meaning that, independent. The USA should be more independent of its manufacturing. Metal that we have, steel, materials, food. I think that we should make our own shit. I think it's ridiculous that we, as a society, as a country, rely so much upon other countries to get by. I don't like that. And, make America great again. I think that the majority of what we have, America should make their own. But from what I understand, the reason that we don't, from what I understand, we are sitting on a massive amount of metals and materials underneath the ground in the USA, but a large portion of that stuff is protected by climate, environmentalism, parks and stuff. You can't do things on parks, you can't mine, you can't do a lot of things. We have a lot of climate stuff put into place that limits people's ability to get what's underneath the ground. From what I understand, that's why we rely so much on other countries. I mean, we don't even produce our own silicone, right? Do we even have the materials under our ground to create silicone? The main manufacturer for CPU chips, that's almost primarily all that stuff is in other countries. Remember the silicone shortage, how much everything went up in price? You rely on Canada for timber? Do we? I mean, that makes sense since Canada is so empty. Do I have any Canadians watching me? I love Canadians, by the way. They're the nicest people ever. I've never had a negative interaction with a Canadian yet. Thank you so much for the 3 donations I've got, guys. Make sure you hit a like on the stream if you would. Put me up in this live streaming algorithm, because this is something that I want to do more regularly. I don't know if you guys can see the title of this, but we're on my 4th live stream. I'm trying to stream once a week. I maybe like to do it twice a week. I love interacting with you guys. I love live streaming. It's way more natural. It's fun for me. But you're from Scotland? Oh my God, that's so far away.
And all of House and Senate know
I'm in the UK and we import
Trump
everything
can do
apart
whatever he
from
want,
potatoes.
Social
Does
Security.
the UK really does
Or
import
even
everything?
worse, no.
What countries do all of their own sustainability? Are there countries that do that? I mean, I think China does. What do you guys think about EVs, right? What do you think of Trump's idea of not banning EVs, but my state wants to ban gasoline cars by 2030. My state of Washington, I don't know if you guys know this, but the state of Washington is a very liberal state. It voted blue last night. And they want to get rid of all gasoline vehicles, which I think is preposterous and stupid. I don't think that we should ban gasoline vehicles. I think that is the dumbest, most retarded thing that anybody can propose. Why don't us just have EVs and gasoline? But, people want to save the environment. But are you really... Here's the question. Are you really saving the environment with electric vehicles? And let me tell you why. See, a lot of people don't know that a large portion of these batteries... And I'm going to speak from experience here because I work for a company. technically I work for the government, and my government job has EVs. And recently we've got a bunch more. We got like a $4.5 million
Just wanted to give a bit before going to get food.
tax cut thing where basically we get paid to replace our vehicles with EVs. Now, the problem with these EVs that we have is that on my job, we've had several of these. Thank you for the donation, Muffin Man Wolf. Go get food, man. Go get food and come back here and sit and have a cup of coffee with me. Make sure to eat something that you are craving. The problem with these EVs, right, is that at my job, and I'm not joking, they spent millions of dollars to get these vehicles in. They're big vehicles, huge vehicles with gigantic EV batteries, okay? And little do people know is that when these things catch fire, because we had a notice put out that if I had to sit down in a class and talk about what to do if your vehicle in an EV catches on fire. And you know what their whole thing was? Number one, don't put out the fire. Everybody's like, why? Why would we want to put out the fire if an EV battery catches on fire? Well, the toxic fumes are so toxic that apparently 4 to 5 breaths and you can permanently damage your fucking lungs so bad that you will die. They say when your EV catches on fire, run away. Don't use the fire extinguisher that you have, because guess what? It makes the fire get hotter and bigger the more you put it out. In fact, currently, right now, our firefighters cannot put out these fires. I'm dead ass. You can look at their fire. We're trying to develop a technology, like a type of it's like this weird, crazy blanket that you throw over a fire. Blanket of all things to put out an EV fire, because the chemical compositions that are made of these batteries are so flammable and toxic to breathe that we can't put it out. Firefighters can't put it out, and we have to just literally wait and let things burn before. And that's crazy to me. Gasoline doesn't work that way. It's terrible. In fact, you know what's even worse is that an employee that I worked with died a couple months ago. She crashed her Tesla, and her Tesla caught on fire from the crash, and she burnt alive. True story. I knew this person. This was just a couple months ago. It went all around the whole workplace, and we have 7 EV vehicles out of our entire fleet of gasoline and diesel. And I told them, I'm like, I don't want to drive EVs. I don't want to drive EVs. 1, I don't feel safe. 2, I can never tell if the damn thing's on. 3, at my work, we've had multiple EVs die, and the power of these EVs have went out on going up hills. Now, one of my coworkers that I actually graduated from class with, his vehicle's EV lost power, and he crashed into a telephone pole and broke his arm. This was an EV. Gasoline and diesel they break down eventually, but EVs we're not there in sustainability yet, and EVs are too expensive. They're terrible for the environment. Did you know that the majority of our batteries are made from coal plants in different countries? But go EV, it's good for the environment, right? But we use coal plants to create the batteries. Explain to me that loophole, right? Explain it to me. We're not there yet. EV's a waste of money. You guys are saying, yeah, it's true. Yeah, I know it's true because I've started educating myself on this stuff. And there was a couple when EVs first started coming out, right? I was like, go EV, it's the best thing. But the more I looked into it, it's like, actually, it's not. And we don't even have the way to dispose these EV batteries. We don't have any way to dispose them. How do we dispose these toxic batteries? Dig a hole, throw them in the ground. Your bike runs on water and snacks. That sounds pretty. Oh, are you somebody who rides your bike all the time, Ballagino? How bad can 4 more years be? Right? I mean, how much worse can it get? I do hope that he reduces the gasoline. You know, I want like $1.50 gasoline. It shouldn't cost me $70 to fill up my Honda Accord, man, because I drive a 2000 Honda Accord. Yes, I drive a 24, coming up 25-year-old car. You know, I can get antique plates. 2025, I'm going to go right down and get some antique plates and put it on my car. And guess what? My goddamn state of Washington, because we like to tax everything for no goddamn reason. Like literally, you know, we tried to, Washington been trying to put in a road tax to where certain roads that we drive, we get taxed on to drive on the road, to reduce amount of drivers, which is just crazy. But my state, what was I going to say? I was going to say something about my state. Oh, my state, for some reason, we got this legislation passed in Washington state. So basically, we have these little stickers called car tabs, right? And I hate this shit. It makes me so angry. So these little car tabs are basically a sticker, right? With these, you put the sticker on your license plate, and it's good for 1 year. I hate them. Now your car tabs, if you have an antique vehicle that's over 25 years or older, you don't have to pay for your car tabs. But a couple years ago, my state was like, you know what? Let's put in this. Car tabs used to be like a flat rate of like $110, right? Which is not bad. Whatever, $110 a year, whatever. Well, now they have it. If I was to buy a brand new car right now and get new tabs, it splits it in the value of the car. So if I, let's say, buy a $70,000 car, my tab, and I literally, like the size of my thumb, this tiny little sticker is like 10% of what my car value is, or 20%. It's a lot. I've seen a couple people's car tabs be over $1,000 when it first was implemented. And I'm like, are you for a sticker? For a sticker? Back in 2022, I paid for my my partner's car tabs, and it was like $800. $800 for a sticker to put on your car. It's like, oh my God, bro. Like this state, man. Now we have everything. We have soda tax, we have straw tax, we have plastic bag tax. Don't even get me going on plastic bags. All these grocery stores. I go into a grocery store and I always forget that I have these bags in my cars because they don't have plastic bags no more for anything. And then they don't have paper anymore because apparently that's bad for the environment too. It's like, okay, tax everything. How about we just tax more weed? You know, I think that's the best thing we can do. Tax the devil's lettuce. More. Yes, Washington sucks. I live on the east side of the state. Oh, I live on the west side. I am in the crown town known as the stinky town known as Tacoma, Washington. That's where I live. Does anybody live in Tacoma? There are a few stores that have paper bags. Yeah, not many do. Trader Joe's still has paper bags, but a large portion. I get so much stuff from Trader Joe's, the bags always rip out. So, anyways, I forgot to ask. I didn't even ask this morning. How is chat doing today? How are you guys today? Let's look at the poll. What is the poll at now? We have 47 for Trump and 53 for Kamala. Okay, 503 votes. Damn. So that's still pretty close. That's what, 6%? Huh. Interesting. Tax the Musk. Yeah, I don't think Elon Musk is going to be taxed much because you're part of the problem, Repsion. I love it. Am I? Tell me how I'm the problem. I would love to tell me how I'm the problem. Please go on a big old rant on how I'm the problem. Want to come in the Discord and talk with me? Put you on the live air? I want to open up to callers and bring people in, get some spurgs, get some people who hate me. I'd love to get some people who hate me on here and just talk and have a chill conversation. I think that would be so much fun, but I don't think people want to talk to me. I gotta say, you're really good at streaming because you have an endless stream of consciousness. I'm jealous. What does that even mean? Endless stream of consciousness? I don't know what that means. I don't have a conscience. What are you talking about? No, I do. See, I'm autistic. You gotta start every conversation with that. You know, if you really want to win a date, you go on a date with a woman, and the first thing you say to her is, "I have autism." She'll love you. Totally suck your dick that night. No, don't do that. It doesn't work. You got to rhythm with the tism. That's my policy, right? You got to rhythm with the tism, and then after you get laid, then you're like, actually, I have autism, and they're gonna be like, wow, you poor little soul. And they're gonna rub your head, and they're gonna be like, wow, I'm so sorry. No, I didn't know that you had autism. You're so smart for a little autistic boy. Okay, I'm joking. Am I still with my tattoo girlfriend? No, that was over a year ago. I low-key think it's kind of crazy how people choose to focus on money rather than actual human rights. Like what? Isn't that the majority of the country though? Right? Now, I don't really know a whole lot of the who's the medical dude that Trump is putting in office? The JFK guy? Like JFK Jr. or something? Guy who's really jacked, big shoulders, big muscles. Kind of talks like he's been smoking cigarettes for the last 55 years. What's his name? RFK, yes, RFK. That guy. I think him being in charge of like our medical is kind of like scary, because I've seen a lot of things from him and he seems really dumb on a lot of things, but then a few things I'm like, okay, I agree with that. One of the first things he said he was going to do is he's going to ban pharmaceutical companies from being able to advertise on television. Now, whether that is true, right? I hope he does do that, because I think that's something that if other countries all around the world can ban pharmaceutical companies from advertising on the television, we should be able to do the same, right? Why do we advertise for cancer pills on television or anxiety pills? Like, I think that's so fucked up that we as a country do that. And you know that the majority of these older folks, that's how they get addicted to these medications. They watch a TV ad and they just fall. All these older folks just fall. Oh, okay, that's going to help me with my constipation, even though I have the shits every single day. And now it's gonna make problems with my actual intestines. It's gonna give me cancer because I watched it on television and they're promoting pharmaceuticals on television should not be allowed. I'm sorry, that's just reality. That is where I stand. No pharmaceuticals. You should not be advertising antidepressants on television. Am I the only one who agrees with that? Like, fuck off. That's terrible. Much less our FDA, the Food Administration, we have like more chemicals in our food. And I'm not being conspiracy theorist here, but we have chemicals that almost in every other country are banned. Ingredients and chemicals that we're not allowed. Our false advertising, we've gotten a little bit stricter over time, but it's still, we have massive false advertising, all these scams, organic, non-GMO, non this, non that, non this. I'm sorry, I'm gonna buy the GMO bad bananas for 99 cents rather than the organic bananas for $3. If you buy into the organic stuff, you're a retard. Just gonna say it. You're dumb. You're stupid. Don't buy into that organic stuff. Food's food. A banana's bananas, whether it's GMO, man-made or not. Cage-free eggs. Yeah, what, you're paying $4 or $5 extra for cage-free eggs. And you know what cage-free is? Like, realistically, do you know what cage-free is? Cage-free is literally like the size of this room with a little bit of grass. Cage-free. Yeah, they're still limited in this small little area. Like, really? Like, come on. God, false advertising drives me crazy, and this goes for whether it's a president, whether it's a politician, whether it's a food company. I hate false advertising. But you know what? I want to see something really cool. I drank this the other day. Look at this. By the way, I said fuck people who say this. They only had this. I know it says organic. I know you're gonna call me out in chat. I didn't buy it because it had organic. It was cheap. But I wanted to try this because I had never seen banana. Have you ever seen banana water? Have you ever seen this? This is made in Thailand, by the way. I tried this the other day because I go to this place called SARS, Super Saver Market, whatever, and it's majority of it's imported food and drinks all from like Thailand, Korea, China, all these different companies that sell their products, and Super Saver is like diversified food marketplace, like everywhere, all around the world. And they get these crazy drinks. That banana drink is delicious. It is so good. If you ever get a chance to try this banana water, try it, man. If you like bananas, of course. It's fantastic. It has 80 calories. It has 15 grams of sugar, 0 trans fat, 0 total fat, 0 sodium, 0 cholesterol. It has 700 electrolytes, which is crazy. It's delicious, and it's made in Thailand. It's delicious. Delicious. Organic bananas are indeed dumb, but organic meats like poultry are generally just better tasting. You know, I would have to, look, if I really wanted to actually taste, or like, you have a steak, right? Organic steak, non-organic steak. I would have to sit there and try both, because I don't think I've ever had an organic steak. I don't know. I've never tried that. My state allows up to 12 weeks for abortion, barring medical emergency. Would you not make up your mind at that point? I mean, I think there's a point where like abortion is fucked up, and I think it's morally and ethically, principally wrong. Like, what's like the last few weeks before the baby's like actually coming out of the womb? Like it's a baby, like the child is formed, right? Or like you pull out a baby that's alive and it's breathing, like a full-on kid, right? Fully formed, not embryo, not whatever. And then you just kill it. Like that's terrible. I'm like, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. I support abortion, but up to an extent that's too far, in my opinion. That I don't know how people like, oh, my child just came out of the womb and it's like crying and it's real, but bye-bye, shoop, gone. Like, just put the child up for adoption, right? Like, I'm never going to have biological children. I'm going to adopt. I want to adopt so bad. Organic grass-fed butter is definitely better. Smells like the farm, though. Oh, organic grass-fed butter. Huh. I don't think I've ever had grass-fed butter. I'm in full support of adoption, but also there's bad apples in every area of everything, right? And there's bad people who adopt and take in kids for the money and don't actually care about the child. And I think that's horrible that we have people who do shit like that. You know, if CPS would actually do its damn job and stop investigating people who don't do things that are major, but they ignore a lot of cases where children are actually being abused by the adoption parents or whatever. I think that's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Stop talking. Don't tell me to stop talking, run it. It's my chat. It's my live stream. I can talk about whatever the hell I want. Okay? Who the fuck do you think you are, little man? Do you think Trump's gonna go visit little Rocket Man again? Do you think we're gonna become best friends with North Korea? What do you guys think? I want to go to North Korea so bad. I don't think kids could get adopted fast enough. More people be having kids and giving them up and not willing to be adopting. That's sad, though. That's sad. I think we need to decrease the child rate in America. People have too many children. It's too easy to get children. You thought Elon was Little Rocket Man? No. Kim Jong-un is Rocket Man. He's the Little Rocket Man. He's the one. He's got to equate for his small ding-a-ling, his little Twinkie-sized pea pod. So that's why he makes all those nuclear bombs, right? Because he's like, me, North Korea. Me going to blow up the USA. Me, Kim Jong-un. America, the bad people. Random question, if you don't mind. Do I like YouTube channels Chris Stuckman and Game Grumps and The Big Bang Theory? I do like Game Grumps, and Chris Stuckman. Isn't he the movie reviewer guy? Or am I delusionally? Look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't watch a lot of YouTube. Which is kind of sad, but I work so much, I don't have the time to do YouTube to watch YouTube content. Because back when I was doing YouTube full time, I was like so invested in YouTube and I would watch people all the time. And now, like, because I work so much, I work 55 to 60 hours a week and I only get 2 days off. And those 2 days off, I'm so tired. I'm barely on social media. I'm usually just playing video games because people wear me out and I'm mentally drained by all the people that I deal with, because I deal with 300 to 500 people a day. So I don't get to watch a lot of people. But if Chris Stuckman is the guy that I'm thinking, he's that movie reviewer person, I like him a lot. I think. Big Bang Theory, I know I'm going to get shit for this, but I enjoyed watching Big Bang Theory. I don't know. Maybe because I'm autistic as fuck, level 1, but I enjoyed watching Big Bang Theory. It is cheesy, but I also watched it primarily because that blonde girl, whatever her name was, hot. I always thought she was a cute little nerdy girl, but that's the character in the show. So, how long until Trump actually like can start doing things in office? Doesn't like Joe Biden have like 2 more months or something? Show sucks ass. Curb Your Enthusiasm is better. Curb Your Enthusiasm is a fun show, but you know what's better than that? The original Office. That's one of the funniest shows of all time, and no one will ever convince me otherwise. I love The Office. Do I have any Office fans in here? Jim and Pam, so cute. I love them. Their little couple is so cute. Them getting married, the whole plot with them is just makes me cry every time. I want a relationship. I want to be in a relationship with a woman like Jim and Pam. That's the epitome of what I want. He goes in office January 6th. January 20th? No, not January 6th, January 20th. But you have a thing for Amy? Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Damn straight. I got that shirt. You know Dwight Schrute lives in my state. The English Office? No, the American. I tried watching the English version of The Office. I was not impressed. Pam is fighting breast cancer. I thought she beat breast cancer. God, I wish I could play music on here. That's the only thing I don't like about YouTube is I can't play music. Because like everything is just DMCA'd. Anyway, should we, I should go to, let me see here. Should we, oh, you know what? I think we need to watch something really quick, okay? I need you guys, get your pants ready, okay? Because we're going to watch something that's mind-boggling. It's going to change your life, okay? It's going to change your life. Hopefully this is loud enough, all right? Are you guys ready for this? Joe Biden has a statement for all of us, okay? I want you to listen very carefully. Hopefully this is loud enough. If it's not, let me know.
My fellow Americans and autists who voted for Trump, it's your boy Dank Brandon here. I want to take a moment to congratulate the DNC on losing another election to Donald Trump. You replaced me with a candidate who has the same likability as Greasy, hobo taint and expected to win, and they say I'm the retarded one. The Democrats said that I was too old, that I was too slow, that I was a joke. Well, here's a joke for you. What do Willie Brown and the 2024 presidential election have in common? Kamala Harris blew both of them. I shouldn't have said that. Seriously.
Oh, can't hear. 1 second. Let me change that. Fucking, I don't understand why, I don't understand why so much of Twitter doesn't fucking work. All right, let's try this. Let me know if this works. This is letter.
My fellow Americans and autists who voted for Trump, it's your boy Dank Brandon here. I want to take a moment to congratulate the DNC on losing another election to Donald Trump. You replaced me with a candidate who has the same likability as
Hey Daniel, despite getting support from Obama, the Democratic Emperor Kamala Harris lost to an actual man.
Too old, that I was too slow, that I was a joke.
Still not working.
What do Willie Brown and the 2024
fucking goddamn, man. I don't understand why audio on Twitter is so bad. Let me put this up by... I'm going to put this up by 10 decibels. All right. Hopefully this works. If it doesn't, then I'll just say, fuck it, I'm not going to play it again.
My fellow Americans and autists who voted for Trump, it's your boy Dank Brandon here. I want to take a moment to congratulate the DNC on losing another election to Donald Trump. You replaced me with a candidate who has the same likability as Greasy, hobo taint and expected to win, and they say I'm the retarded one. The Democrats said that I was too old, that I was too slow, that I was a joke. Well, here's a joke for you. What do Willie Brown and the 2024 presidential election have in common? Kamala Harris blew both of them. I shouldn't have said that. But seriously, I mean, first Hillary loses to Donald and now Kamala. This man has beaten more women than Doug Emhoff. Anyways, congrats on losing to Hitler again. I hope he locked you all up this time. Dank Brandon out. My fellow Americans.
Dude, AI is so fucking funny. I think AI is genius. See, this is what the polls actually look like. Do you guys agree with that? I'm sorry. I'm a little bit trolly, okay? If you don't know that, don't know me very well, I think this was the map. Imagine if this was the map that like CNN and all Associated Press had for the live updates. I think this would have been much better than red and blue. Oh, man. I know. Here's Robert De Niro. Are you going to get out of the country, old man? That is, I don't even know who that is. Ariana Grande, I think? No, that's not Ariana Grande. Who is that? Some singer lady. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. But, oh, this has been crazy. So I put out a tweet the other day. Now, I know that this tweet is cringe. That was kind of the point. But I need you guys to know something, okay? I am a conservative. I'm bi and I support gay marriage. I support abortion. I have an OF and I support SW. I'm very anti-government. I love guns and support bearing arms. I think Joe Biden is an idiot. I think Kamala Harris is incompetent. I'm not voting for Trump or Harris. Animals are better than people. I despise censorship in all forms. I like tits and ass. Pepsi is better than Coke. There you have it. Not all conservatives are the same. Now, I've tweeted this out. It got 23,000 views, which is pretty high engagement for my Twitter, since my Twitter is like practically dead. I think that is the best tweet of 2024 that I've ever made. And anybody who calls it cringe, well, you're wrong. You should be motivated by this tweet. I am the best tweeter. I should inspire people to tweet cringe shit. Okay? You should be inspired by this post. Tell the world what you actually think. Actually, I'm more libertarian than anything. I'm a bit of a troll, okay? And I like to be facetious and get people angry for no reason because it's funny. Pepsi is indeed not better than Coke. Pepsi is better than Coke, and you'll always convince me. Okay, it's just a fact. It's just a fact. Oh, gambling. Oh, that's right. Idiot XQC lost $800,000. Well, let's see what he has to say.
Oh, these guys are looking more lively.
Yeah. Come on, Lickman. Drinking fucking caffeine over there. He's got the Red Bull. He's like, all right, we can do this.
Alan.
Oh, you guys can't.
Oh my god.
Didn't need it.
I agree, didn't need it.
Oh, it was crypto too. That's his payment screen. Oh my lord. Imagine being that rich and being able to just spend that amount of money. I'm sorry, but if I had that amount of money, I would use it so much differently than these morons.
XQC, if you lose that shit, you're dumb as fuck. 700K and you met this man in person, too afraid that call him stupid to his face, you say it behind his back. Trump voters are stupid. Behind his back. $700,000, man. Ooh, that hitting. That 700K pack hitting. Stupid. Go back to Canada. Brother. It's cringe. Canada's cringe. Go back. You know?
Oh, shut the fuck up, Sneeko. You want to touch little girls anyway. Oh, did I say that? Yes, I did. You know that little piece of shit fucking moron wants to defends child marriage? Did you know that Sneeko defends child marriage at the age of 7? Sorry, you're a pedophile. If you I'm gonna say it for the record. If you think that children should be able to be married at 7 years old, you're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. I don't care. I said it, and I said it, and I stand by it. I would love to debate this moron on child marriage. That's something that I'm really passionate about, and I'm not trolling. Like, it makes me mad when people say shit like that. It's fucking crazy. Not 7, but sure, 13 should be okay. No. You're deranged if you think that. A 13, I hope you're trolling, Chad. A 13-year-old should not be allowed to get married. No. No. Ugh, fucking people. Is there anything more interesting on? Oh, Kamala Harris cancels election night speech at Howard University. Oh, what's this? I haven't.
We still have votes to count. We still have states that have not been called yet. We will continue overnight to fight to make sure that every vote is counted.
Who won? Trump did.
Has spoken. So
Trump
you won't
won.
hear from the vice president tonight, but you will hear from her tomorrow. She will be back here tomorrow to address not only the HU family, not only to address her supporters, but to address the nation. We still have.
That aged wonderfully. All right, let's see what this Project 2025 debated after Senate majority shift. Is this actually like a realistic thing, like this plan thing? Let me change this so people can see it. Trump advanced Project 2025 plan, seize power within the federal government, implement a national backdoor ban on abortion without Congress, and jail healthcare providers, pack the Supreme Court with MAGA extremists, and climate protections and clean gut energy programs, reinstate crippling student debt programs, replace nonpartisan government employees with political appointed Trump loyalists, pardon violent January 6 criminal insurrectionists, abolish the Department of Education, force states to report women's miscarriage and abortions to Trump's federal government, appeal protections for the LGBT Americans, reinstate Trump's transgender military ban and expel transgender service members, cut tax for the ultra wealthy, increase taxes, eliminate union and worker protection. Eliminate union and worker protection. I don't think that's right. Reinstate the expand Trump Muslim ban, withdraw Paris climate agreement. I'm sorry. I don't. This seems like a joke to me. There's no way he's going to be able to do all this in 4 years. I mean, this document's crazy. Like, obviously, if this is something that he wants to do and tries to do it, I'm completely against that. Like, that's crazy shit. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is more like a, I don't know. I want to say fake document, but I don't know anymore. Who knows? Line big pharmaceutical companies' pockets by any prescription drug prices caps for seniors. Ban abortion medical. Put limits on contraception access. Reproductive protection of women's rights and save medical. I don't know. This all seems. Does it matter if it's going to happen if that's what his plan is? I mean, if he actually plans on doing stuff and whether he can actually do it or not, that is really the question. Obviously, this is like against democracy in every possible way you can imagine. But that's pretty. This is a pretty. If this document is actually something Trump wants, we don't really know. Then I would classify this as being very authoritarianist. And that's kind of scary. But Ian Miles Chong. You know, I cannot stand this guy. This man. Oh my God. This guy is such a piece of shit. I hate him. I hate Ian Miles Chong. God, he has such a punchable face, and I have a punchable face. What other stories are on Twitter right now? There's really not a whole lot on here. Trump reclaims presidency. Ugh. Should I play some video games for now? I kind of talked about what I wanted to talk about. And Trump is so ugly. So ugly. The stream vote should be the actual vote. I mean, my channel's a democracy here, you know. I let the viewers decide who they voted for, and that's what it is. Trump isn't ugly, he's just old. Dude, I'm sorry, Trump has always been ugly. I don't care if he's the new president of the United States. I say how it is, man. I think Kamala Ding Dong's not very attractive either. I think they're both hideous, personally. Isn't Donald Trump like the only president who's ever won a second term like this? Or is he like the second president? I thought he was the either first or second president in like his history. What, he's the 47th president of the world? Something like that. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Should I play some DBD or do we still want us to sit here and talk, guys? You failed history? Oh man, let me tell you about that. History in American the American education system. That's something that I'm a huge proposal. I would love to up the American education system is one of the dumbest education systems that, like, we are stupid. What we teach people in schools, especially on a state, like, oh my God, man. I grew up with this conservative curriculum, this Republican curriculum that was basically like, hey, so I'm not joking when I say this. I grew up with I was homeschooled. I grew up with these textbooks that basically said that the Pilgrims were best friends with the Indians. Indians is not the proper politically correct term. Indigenous people. The indigenous people, when they met the Pilgrims, clashed. You know, it was horrific stuff that happened. But my textbook says the Pilgrims and the indigenous people loved each other so much. And that Pocahontas made the Pilgrims a bunch of food, and they had a loving Thanksgiving meal, and that's how Thanksgiving was formed. I'm dead ass. That's how I grew up. That's what I was taught. That was in my textbooks, right? And that's not how things went down. Christopher Columbus, the way that I grew up, he was an amazing explorer. Don't clip me and take this out of context. This is what I was taught. Christopher Columbus loved the people. I grew up with this stuff, right? This stuff was in my educational books. And it's like, my God, if I was taught this back in 90s and 2000s, yeah, we were totally real friendly with the indigenous people. Pocahontas totally didn't get raped 50 fucking times. Like, that totally, you know, we just shared a meal. Terrible, man. Terrible. Like, I think the educational system in America, we should not be able to teach biased teachings. Period. Biased education systems where we teach, like, what I was taught. Pilgrims had great friendships with the indigenous people. Like, no, that's not what happened. Christopher Columbus was racist as fuck. He absolutely was racist as fuck, but that, you know, I wasn't taught that. I had to find that out shit on my own. I had Christopher Columbus. Wasn't there used to be a Christopher Columbus Day? For me, when Christopher Columbus Day happened, I had school off that day growing up. I'm dead ass. I had school off on Christopher Columbus Day. Isn't that fucked up? People don't know anything about health, politics, and history, but I mean, when you have a biased education system, how can you know about what history actually happened? It's crazy. It's crazy. And man, it makes me sad. It makes me sad. Oh, cry some more. Am I crying? I'm just stating how the way I was raised, man. I mean, if you support Christopher Columbus, by all means, who message retracted? Who deleted that? Don't delete chat messages unless it's actually warranted. Asatoric, talking to you. Don't delete people's messages because they disagree with you. That's wrong. Are there some meltdown videos ready? Should we watch some meltdown videos? I can see if I can try to find some. Let me see here. Give me a second. I will pull up YouTube. Let's see. Meltdown. I don't see anything yet. I don't see, and nothing's popping up. Do you guys know of any meltdown video? I would love to watch some meltdown videos. Meltdown. Oh, you know what? Let's see. Do we have any interesting thing with anything happen with Hassan Piker? I wanted to check in on Hassan Piker, see if he had to say anything. Did he have anything to say? He probably did.
Slate.
Oh, that's not the right thing. There's no last minute.
Yes. Can be gruesome. Yes, a real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will.
Why is this on? That's not what I want to watch. There's almost nothing. Did he not like spurg out or anything last night? He has to have spurged out last night.
Damn, poor now she has to fuck. Damn, poor Melania. Now she has to fucking act like she loves this man for 4 more years. He could have gone to prison. Melania could have been free.
Selling book in the country. Can you believe that?
Okay, that's why I don't want to go to his actual Twitch channel, man. I don't want to do that. There's got 20-second clips. Everything's like 20 seconds. Let's do latest. I'd rather stream on my ass and stream Halo and get up at 4 a.m. I mean, I would rather sit on my ass and stream every day than go out and do my job that I'm working, making $35 an hour, because I deal with people every day. And by the time I'm done with my job shift, I want to do things I can't say on YouTube, but customers drive me crazy. People drain me. I'm drained out by customers every single day. Because I'm the front of a company. I'm like, hi guys, how's your morning going? Sleeker. I'm shocked. I wonder if he privated his streams. What's this? Did Nicholas Diorio? Let me see if let me go to Nicholas. Did he have a? Oh, here's
they love me. Just read what they're saying.
What does Hassan say?
There's no way to do that other than concentration camps. And at a certain point, when you've already reached that point of dehumanization, and you put them in the fucking concentration camps, you're gonna say it's too expensive to deport them. Let's just kill them. They're dying in the camps anyway.
Yes, this got a
What's the context of this?
Holy shit!
That's a 1-to-1. That's a 1-to-1 with Adolf Hitler. You might not like it, so maybe scratch the surface a little bit. Examine what makes you feel like Adolf Hitler is bad, but this policy is good. Obviously, you recognize that he's bad.
You just walk into the live stream. His first thing he says is concentration camps.
What the fuck is your skin?
Somebody tweet that out now.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's funny. That's funny. What an amazing time to come into a stream. I gotta be careful browsing Twitter because, like, when I was scrolling through Twitter on videos with Hassan, there was a guy's fucking nutsack and him jacking off. Like, okay, that just happened. I don't want to get banned. Twitter is a lot of crazy things happen on Twitter. I don't know. I should play some video. Oh, I can't. I'm looking for meltdown stuff. There's no meltdown. Does anybody have any videos they'd like to submit? Meltdown. Meltdown over Trump. Let's see. Nothing. What is this? No, that's not. That is not. That's somebody. I hate it when people use videos that actually aren't related to the situation. So it's an older viral video that they put in like, oh, this person's reacting to Trump, but it's actually not them reacting to Trump. It's something completely unrelated to that. Also, this is completely random, but I added specialty badges for members. So if you become a member of the channel, you're gonna get Star Wars badges next to your name, specifically the Mandalorian crest and the Star Wars The Clone Wars helmets that change based upon what tier level and how long you've been subscribed as a member. So cool. If you want a Commander Cody or Commander Rex, excuse me. Maybe I should go to TikTok is what I should do. TikTok. Let me go to TikTok right now.
You are failure. You're not identifying yourself. You are failure.
No. I do not want copyrighted music. Put that mute. Trump meltdown. There's always good stuff on Oh, come on. I don't want to sign into anything, man. Yeah, I can't do TikTok because all of the stuff is playing music. Ah. God, wait. Donald Trump has a TikTok account? Does he really?
Really well. Stay online. Don't get offline and vote. Make sure you get through and vote. We're going to have a big victory tonight. Republicans, we're doing.
Oh, man. Let me browse my actual Twitter feed. That is not. There's gotta be something. Look. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes, then I'm gonna switch to video games because this is annoying. Wait, is this what is this? 2 minutes and oh, here we go. Here's a meltdown. We got a meltdown video. All right, let's do it. Let's see it. First time going in, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
Guys, it's time to go to bed. None of us are stressed about the election, right? We all are gonna just go have the best night's sleep of our lives, aren't we?
I gotta mute that music. My boyfriend's in the living room watching the results while I cry in the bathroom.
I'm done with you. I'm done with you and your mother and your sister. I'm just done with all of this.
It's not gonna happen. Go, Kamala. Will be returning to the Senate from North Dakota. ABC News can also project a winner in the Senate race.
Guys, we literally don't even have to panic. We literally don't have to freak out right now. We don't even have to fucking, we don't have to freak out. We don't have to freak out because it's not even real. Because, bitch, recount the vote!
Guys, I just voted, and I chose family. Let's end this reign of terror now. I chose family. I chose women. I chose America. I love you.
We're moving on. I'm moving on. We're moving on.
I love all of this. Let's do it. Let's do this.
How do people put this out online, man? How do people do this to themselves? Had to mute because of music. Are these people real? There's no way these people are.
We were wrong.
Oh, she's kind of cute.
It's an utter betrayal for anybody that is not a cisgendered white Christian.
If you
Okay, you're an idiot.
Man, if you voted for anybody other than Kamala and you live in one of the states that it was, close, or if you didn't vote, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck me.
Fuck you. I don't want to hear about how shitty your life gets under his policies.
Edgy. Oh, she's
Live
serious.
With that decision. Sit with it. Let it make you uncomfortable. Fuck you.
What if you're making me uncomfortable? She'd probably say, yeah, that's good. Nah. That was kind of underwhelming. That was kind of lame. What? That was kind of... I wanted more breakdown. There's got to be more. There's got to be more. Are there celebrity breakdowns? I'm looking.
Are really, really long lines today.
Selena Gomez. That is porn. What is this? That is porn. Kai Cenat. What about this one? Let's try this one.
So the election between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris has not been called yet. We do not know who the winner is, but it is pointing in one direction. And it's not final, but I just wanted to say that America failed women tonight, primarily. Trump has insulted women, berated them, has been found liable in court for assaulting a woman, and he took women's reproductive rights away. And instead of standing up to that, people voted for it.
Is this all the whole thing? Okay, this is lame.
We failed our daughters.
Oh, shut the fuck up, dude. Oh, anything new, anything new. Is lame because he's speaking true. No, dude, abortion has not been banned. This is the thing. Until stuff actually happens, that's when people should be concerned. Is when the things actually are going into effect or trying to happen. It's so crazy to me that people are like, no one's going to be allowed to have an abortion. As I started with the stream, abortion is a state local issue. The president's not going to be able to just ban all abortion. It doesn't work that way. Kamala can't even she won presidency, she wouldn't be able to just legalize abortion in every state. That's not how the US works. Wait, what is this?
Nobody deserves this more than him, and nobody deserves this more than his family does. This is what happens when the machine comes after you. What you've seen over the last several years, this is what it looks like. Couldn't stop him. He keeps going forward. He doesn't quit. He's the most resilient, hard-working man I've ever met in my life. His family are incredible people. This is karma, ladies and gentlemen. He deserves this. They deserve it as a family.
I don't know. Who is Dana White? I don't even...
I want to thank the Nelt boys, Aiden Ross.
Did he just say Aiden Ross? Aiden Ross? That fucking retard? Did he really just say Aiden Ross? Let me back that up. No way.
It's Aiden Ross, Theo Vaughn, busting with the boys, and last but not least, the mighty and powerful Joe Rogan. And thank you, America. Thank you. Have a good night.
Oh, man. The fact that he said Aiden Ross, that is holy moly, man. God, Aiden Ross is like one of the most dumbest people, and I don't understand how he's got so rich and how he's like as famous as he is. Like, I genuinely don't understand that guy. He is so dumb and not able to like have a conversation about anything. Aiden Ross bought Donald Trump a Tesla or a Tesla truck, and then had his like gifted it to Donald Trump, and then had like it not painted, wrapped with Donald Trump's face. It's like, bro, that's a little cringe, man. That is, whew. Oh, Dana White is head of the UFC. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Interesting. Interesting. Oh man, what else? I need to get a, you know what I should do? If people join my Discord, I should make a submissions thing, and then I will actually go through people's submissions through my Discord channel. That would be ideal. That would be ideal. Here, you know what? I'm gonna do something. Bum 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 bum. Uh-oh. XQC lost 1.1 million. He put in an extra 400,000. Yeah, that's what millionaires do. They waste money, man. Oh man. Yeah, you guys are pretty argumentative. See, I'm looking at the chat right now. You guys are fighting with each other. I like that. I like it when people fight. Hey, Corey, what does freedom mean to you? Hmm? Do you wanna talk to me on Discord and tell me what freedom means to you? Do you want to make a big monologue to people on what freedom means to you? I would love to have Brett explain to me what you know what? I should actually see if he's online right now. Start voice call. Come on, answer. Come on, bro, answer the phone. You're in. He's in Dolphin. It says he's playing Dolphin Simulator right now. Wow, I'm discouraged right now. That is lame. Okay, well, that was anticlimactic. So, let me tell you the story of Brett. Brett is a person I featured on this channel at one point. His name is Eternal Dark Wolf, and he is one of the most intelligent political people I've ever met. Okay? He's so smart. He once had a conversation with me, right? And he told me that we should be able to take guns away from police officers because cops having guns should not be allowed under any circumstance, and instead all officers should just have tasers. And it was from that moment that I knew that I was dealing with somebody who was very, very intelligent. Because when I asked how would you even incorporate that and force that among the entire USA, that cops can't have guns, then how do we enforce certain things? How do we go against criminals who have guns? You know? I was really hoping that he would be able to answer the phone. Because I needed to ask him. He told me that if I vote for Trump, he'll never talk to me again. So I didn't vote for Trump. And that's the real reason I didn't vote for Trump, was because my friend Brett said that he wouldn't be friends with me anymore. He did say that, but that's not why I didn't vote. I'm joking. He did send me a message. He's like, if you voted for Trump, I will never speak to you again. It's like, bro, I've known you for 8 years. 8 years.
We live in these slut caves where we fuck, suck, and eat butt.
Sorry, that's my that's my audio intro. Oh, lordy lord. Oh man.
Oh shit.
All right, Corey. So tell people what's your idea of freedom?
All right, my idea of freedom, okay? You should be able to do whatever the fuck you want and say whatever the fuck you want. If I want to get butt-ass naked, snort fucking crack and cocaine and jump off a roof and die, that is my right, okay? It should be everybody's right, all right? Freedom. Freedom is very important. Freedom is super important. Yeah, do you agree with that? Would you agree with that?
I believe in freedom, absolutely. I think people should, I think the government should stay out of our lives. I think that the government really shouldn't have to say anything or force us to do anything. I also think that like a government mandate for us to take a vaccine, even though I took the vaccine, I don't think we should have been forced to do that. We didn't want to. I don't think people should have lost their jobs or been fired for not taking the vaccine. Personally,
listen, man.
I should be specific. The COVID vaccine, like I believe in vaccinations are really important. I think they do help.
Man, if there's some zombie virus, okay, all right, and it's turning people into zombies, and the alternative is you're not taking. We just force people to take it at that point, man.
Do you think a zombies will ever actually happen? You think an actual Last of Us situation is going to happen?
No, but I'm just saying, like, there's some circumstances where obviously, like, it's kind of a weight and balance system, okay? Like, obviously, if there's like a zombie outbreak or something, and there's like a clear vaccine that you can take, everybody should probably take it. But obviously, that's just like a hypothetical that's never going to happen. So, I agree.
Do you think that when COVID happened, that we should have shutting down everything was a wise choice?
I don't know. That's a difficult one. I don't know if there's like an answer for that. Because the industry that I work in gets like directly affected by that stuff.
So I think almost the majority of everybody's industry got affected by that. I mean, literally nothing. No, there was no restaurants were open at all for what, months? Like everything was closed. Everything was closed. Even some grocery stores near me were closed. Like I don't know. I was very lucky at that point because I was doing YouTube full time as a job, so I was still having monetary revenue come in, and the ad rates, because when COVID first happened, the ad rates on like YouTube spiked exponentially. There was a month that I made like 12 grand off of just YouTube ads, and I only made like 4 or 5 videos the whole month, just because everybody's sitting at home, nobody can do anything, and everything is locked and closed. Iowa stayed open. Did it really during COVID? Man, Washington closed everything. Everything my state closed down. It was actually really weird. It was scary. It sucked because I'm one of those people that I like going to movie theaters and like interacting with stuff at the movie theaters and sitting down, having a movie theater hot dog, and doing stuff outside of my house, and it sucked because didn't see a movie for 2 years. Almost. There's so many businesses open. I worked the whole pandemic. My state wasn't like that, man. My state, dude, I can't speak for other people's states in the chat, but like my state, when COVID happened, we closed almost everything. I think my state made a statement that only like very bare necessities places would be open. So there was couple grocery stores, but every single restaurant was closed. Every restaurant was closed in all of Washington. And Washington State was fining people if you went out or you opened your business. So, and then a couple jobs that I applied for, I didn't know this, but last year when I applied to a couple jobs, one of the jobs I applied for was actually firing people if you refused to get the COVID vaccine. Like you would just be let go. It doesn't matter how long you were there. And now the other company that I work for, which is in direct competition to this other company that forced the vaccine, they gave people an option. Like you can either take the vaccine or not. And you can still be employed here, but you're going to have to take like a break until COVID is over. And then they rehired them back, which is like a completely different, way to handle a situation than just to say goodbye. Bye, people,
Yeah, I don't know. That's like one of those issues that like, I don't really know if there's like a good answer. Because like if, I'm just being hypothetical. So let's say you like don't get a vaccine and then like you infect your whole family and then all your family fucking die.
I mean, but that was part of some of that stuff allegedly happened with COVID, did it not? Like, especially because people who are older, who didn't have their body wasn't up to like, I don't know, the autoimmune people COVID really did.
Yeah,
COVID took lives. That's another thing. Is like there's conspiracy theorists, people who denied that COVID even did anything. It did take people's lives.
Yeah.
People died.
Wild
Very
theory.
real.
Yeah. Wild theory. People can actually die from diseases and viruses. Crazy, I know. Sorry, I'm like working at the same time.
You lost your job as a sous chef, still working. Again, I got my position back. Well, that's cool. That's cool that you got your position back. Man, a lot of people I know didn't.
Yeah, like COVID is a like, you know, as much as people want to make it out that like COVID is a very straightforward issue, it's really not. COVID is like a very complex issue with a lot of like variables that like I couldn't even tell you. I mean, no, I don't think you should be forced to get the vaccine at gunpoint, but like
Did you take the vaccine?
Yeah, I did. I only
did you
took,
do
like,
1
the
dose,
first
2
wave,
dose,
though.
3 dose?
I did 2.
Yeah, I did 2 too. I don't think I'll ever get another one again, honestly.
No. I'm
at least
I don't
at
need
least
it.
a COVID shot. I don't know. I've seen so much stuff after the fact of like people's effects it's had, and it's kind of changed my. And then certain ones, certain companies that made the COVID vaccine, because there's different companies that have the COVID vaccine. Some of them got sued because of like people having serious health complications. I got the Pfizer vaccine. That's what I did. From what I understand,
I got the one
that was like the better one of all the vaccines.
Yeah, the one that you don't want to get is the what was it, the Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah, I saw so much shit about that. Like, whoa.
Yeah, yeah, you're probably fucking dead. You got that, buddy.
Well, this is the thing about the COVID stuff, is that stuff wasn't tested, and that's what scares me, is that with the Johnson & Johnson stuff, these multiple companies that made these COVID vaccines, is that they weren't tested properly. So we're like putting things into our body that we don't know how it's going to affect us. And that's the scary part, is like us just out of like panic taking something that we don't know the permanent outcomes for. Because from what I understand, the US with vaccines and stuff that we have, they get tested over years and years and years before we like distribute it out to the public. Right?
Well, yeah.
We test it to see.
Yeah, and it's really hard to. Yeah.
And that's the scary part, is like out of panic, people will just take things. So, Repsion, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah,
no, I did not vote for Trump. I did not vote at all.
Yeah, I didn't vote at all. I worked yesterday, got home, and went to bed.
I did not vote for Trump, and I did not vote for Kamala. I would have voted. The only vote I've ever actually made was for Bernie Sanders when he ran. That was it. So.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think both candidates kind of suck. I think they both suck. They're both like terrible fucking people, and they both should not be in charge of a country like the United States.
Hey, I'm in VC. If I speak, will you boot me? I will not boot you if you speak. No.
No, you may talk. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you today?
Doing it, I guess.
Are you an American citizen?
I am an American. Yes, very American.
What do you think of the results last night?
Are
you happy?
Are
you sad? Are you scared?
I'm conflicted. I'm quite conflicted, honestly, because I mean, like I understand why people didn't vote. I understand why people voted for Kamala. I don't super understand why people voted for Trump, but I understand that if they really liked him, then that's what they were going to do. So I think that this election was bigger than policy, because both of them in terms of policy were poo and fart. Quite frankly, that's kind of my perspective. I could never understand why anyone would vote for Kamala. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there really was a reason to. The only reason I think a lot of people voted for Kamala was to vote against Trump. There were some people who really, really like Kamala, just like there were some people who really, really like Biden. But I don't know if that was necessarily the majority of people who voted in that way. I don't think that it was.
Did you not vote at all?
I did vote.
Yeah? Who'd you vote for? You don't have to tell if you don't want to.
I don't want to. I was in chat and I was already getting the you're bug pilled, you're you're indoctrinated. So I don't even want to go.
Welcome to live streaming, where everybody has a different perspective.
Like it's like like you can have a different perspective. That's the thing is like I respect people having a different perspective. I just I like to know the why and the like, well, have you really looked into this? Like I was in there like going up about abortion and like some people were like, I get you, some people are like, I don't get you, and I'm like, well, that's America.
Well, it's like Daniel said, abortion is like a states' rights issue. Like, so either one of them getting president doesn't really matter because it starts from the state level and it only goes up. It's exactly like legalizing marijuana. It's a state.
Oh,
it's not going to get changed until fun. Oh, am I good now? Hello.
Yes, you're good now. Yeah.
Okay. It's like what Daniel said at the beginning of the stream. Abortion is kind of like a states' rights issue.
Yeah.
And the only way you tackle those is locally.
I think people misunderstand the power of the president. Like, I think people genuinely think that the president can just like overturn every state. It just doesn't work that way.
Oh, definitely.
I think the problem is I don't think abortion should be a states' rights issue. I didn't think Kamala was going to be able to do anything for abortion, like at all. But I don't think
did you guys see that Florida fucked up their legalizing marijuana? I was kind of shocked by that.
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They needed 60%, and it got 55.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Florida's one of those weird states because I mean it can be Democratic or it can be conservative. It's really weird. You
can definitely do both. Like I mean, you can be economically conservative and socially liberal, and you can do. I think. I mean, I don't know how you. No, you can. I think you can do both, and I can see reasons to do both. Like I can, like if social issues don't really impact you, but like you're a member of the working class, then no, you're not really going to care that much about like individual like human rights per se, because it's not maybe something that like you're fully into. But your money and how your money works impacts you directly.
Yeah, and I always say this to people. I think everybody needs to take a walk in a fucking city and just see how bad people are struggling, and that shit'll really put it into perspective, like immediately.
No, it does. I mean, my job is working with the public. I see it firsthand. It's really bad where I'm at.
Yeah, and where I'm at, because I'm in Ohio. Shit ain't good here, man. People are broke, hungry, they're tired. They don't make shit.
What's the minimum wage in Ohio?
I think it might be like $10 or $11.
Holy shit, really? The minimum wage here is like, I think 17 or 18. No, it's like $19 an hour.
Wow. Let me like triple check that, because I haven't worked like a normal job in like eons.
Yeah, the Washington State, and like this 2025, it's going up. My wage is going up simply not based on a raise, but based upon cost of living. Because Washington State has like this policy implemented that anytime the cost of living goes up, my wage goes up, which is kind of cool in a way.
Yeah, like stuff like that is really cool. Yeah, it's like 10:45 here.
Oh my
But
god, that's
I make a little-
crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, apartments here like $700-800. $700 is kind of like a studio, but like you can find a nice like 2-bed, 2-bath for like around $800-900.
Oh no, that's not possible.
And I mean,
Oh, excuse me. So
Yeah,
minimum
and I
wage
mean-
at my state is $16.66, and every year it goes up 2.3% until 2030.
yeah, see, that's insane. Like, if I was making that type of stuff like around here, I think a lot more people would be better off. But it's not.
There's also a lot of
Um,
businesses have shut down in Washington State because it's really, my state's very anti-business. So, and now that
That's
you're
odd.
forced to
Yeah,
pay
I mean,
people a
around-
certain wage, it's becomes even more expensive to run a business, especially if you have employees.
Yeah, man, and a lot of people don't think of it like that because, as I said, I'm one of those people that like I'm pretty liberal. I'm very liberal, but like economically, I'm very conservative because like you just walk the streets, you see it, man. People are just fucking struggling. There's no other way to put it.
I just think that a lot of the like fringe social issues that are focused on negatively are used as a scapegoat to kind of ignore what is happening economically, like problems with immigrants, trans people, women. Like I think that focusing on these things, I think is used as a way to detract from the issues that we have with our economy and the way that our economy works. So like I think it makes sense to be like I can't fully understand why a person wouldn't at least be socially liberal, because like don't you like it when people can do things? Like don't you like it when people can like just be who they are? But I like from like an economic standpoint, it's I don't know. To me, signs point to doing more action that benefits society. So like you mentioning, raising the minimum wage to account for the living wage. I mean, like, there's higher minimum wages in other places, yeah, but like if it costs $2,000 to rent a one bed, like your money is still going to nowhere.
No, I know.
essentially.
Even my wage. So I
Yeah.
make, with my job, I make about $5K a month. So but after taxes, it's about 4,300, anywhere from like 41 to 4,300 every month. And even then, my rent is almost 1,700 for a 1-bedroom, 650 square feet, which is like crazy to me. And then
It is crazy.
Corey, didn't you say your rent is like $800 a month in Ohio?
Yeah, it kind of fluctuates between like 8 to 1,000. It's pretty cheap to live here.
Oh my god, the cost to live, that's crazy. I'm
Someone
jealous
says,
of that.
Someone says, I don't want to work hard so my neighbor can benefit from it while doing nothing, though. Oh, I mean,
Isn't that kind of how the U.S. is set up, though? Everybody benefits off the working class.
yeah, like, okay, I don't want to work hard so my neighbor can benefit from it while doing nothing. Okay, but you want to work hard so that a billionaire can benefit off it while doing nothing? I don't know, dude.
What part of
I
Washington
don't
am
know.
I? I'm in Pierce County right now. I live in Pierce. I've lived in King County for a good while, and then I just recently moved down to Tacoma a couple months back. So it's been rough here. I live in a really bad area, and I only moved to this bad area because one, it was close to work, and two, I don't want 50% of my paycheck going to, rent. Because I make around like $12,000, like, anywhere from 2,000 to like 2,500 in a paycheck, and I'm like, I'm not gonna have. Well, I am having kind of half my pay, almost half, but it's a little less. I just hate that half of my paycheck, goes to rent. I think that's just crazy to me. It's like it's so hard for people to get ahead financially, and you have to be constantly on board of what you're spending your money on, because half your payment goes to rent, and then you only have $2,000 out of the whole month, and then you have to utilize that for groceries, and then you have to use that for utilities, and then you have to use that for your phone, and then things that you actually need. And then you have a car problem, like I need to get my timing belt replaced on my car, and it's going to cost $1,500. So it's like, okay, rent and that's more than half my paycheck gone for two things that I have to have. Oh, sucks. I think we should have a legislation that caps people from moving the rent ups to a certain degree, because I moved to Auburn, Washington. It was back in 2014. The rent I was paying was $1,000 a month for a 2-bedroom, 950 square feet. And by the time that I moved out of there, by 2000, I think it was 2019. So I lived there for almost 5 years in that apartment. By the time that I moved out, my rent was almost $1,500, which is crazy that in 5 years it went up $100 every single month. Did the apartments actually improve? No. Nothing improved. But every single year they made sure, we're raising the rent $100, $100, $100. Why? Because they can.
I do wonder if it's a way. I mean, it is like to price people out, because like my last apartment was horrible, roach infested, like the entire building, no security. Oh my
goodness, roaches!
Damn roaches. Okay, the gate didn't secure, so like if you were just like homeless, you could reach your hand around the gate and just open the door, and you'd have full access to the building. I got lots of mail stolen and things like that, but they had the nerve to raise the rent $150 before we renewed. And to me, it seemed like a way of pricing me out so that they could get someone who was richer but maybe wanted to live in the experience of the city or whatever to move in, next to absolute nonsense. Like that's sounds like California. Like I do agree with you. The rent is crazy, and there's no reason for. I mean, I think housing is a basic necessity. Food, housing, water, medical. I think that's a basic necessity. I think that everybody should have access to those things. I think that if you want to pay more to have it better, I guess that should be an option. I don't see why not.
Most people can't afford fucking private medical insurance, though. When I didn't have the job I had, I was like, for private medical insurance, like the basic was like $300, $400 a month. I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. That's crazy. And what? I don't have any overwhelming health issues, but if I want to go to a doctor's appointment, it's like $800 for a full physical here out of pocket. But then I'm paying $400 a month, and I'm only getting the physical once a year. So realistically, me paying out of pocket's cheaper than actually to pay for medical insurance, which is crazy. That's the situation we live in. You hope that gas prices everybody wants the gas prices to go lower. That's one thing I've never understood. I don't understand how gas prices work. I don't understand why they can go up so much and down. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm assuming it has to do with like other countries and things that we're probably involved in that we shouldn't be involved in, like wars and shit, or other countries. I don't know what changes gas prices up and down.
America. Well, I think America for the longest time has had this world police policy for some reason. I think ever since World War II, dude. The U.S. has to be involved in everything now, because the last time that we didn't, the Nazis took over half of Europe. You know what I mean? I think it's overcompensating, if that makes sense.
Your gas here is around $2.50 to $2.90. Man, it's like $4 where I'm at. It's wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's like $2.
How is it so low where you're at? That doesn't make any sense. Fuck, man.
Yeah, man. Move to Ohio, dude.
There's nothing in Ohio other than you. What's in Ohio? Like, realistically, what is in Ohio? What do you guys got?
I'd like to know.
Do you go outside? Do you go outside anyway, Daniel?
I
Sick
go
air?
outside 5 days a week, you dumb fuck. Every
Yeah,
single
for
day.
Work. Work doesn't count.
Yes, it does. It does count. It absolutely does. I'm outside a
No, it
large
does-
portion, and I may be driving for work, but I have breaks all the time. Sometimes my breaks are an hour, sometimes they're 2 hours, sometimes they're 10 minutes, and I'm always outside my work truck all the time.
You gonna go to the club while you're on a 15-minute break? You big goober.
No, I don't like clubs to begin with.
Well, there you go. You won't be missing much.
So that's all that's in Ohio is clubbing.
Well, I think there's like a rock and roll museum. There's some like aviation stuff.
See, like, I'm asking from a state perspective, what does Ohio have to offer? For me, I need nature. I love nature. We are the evergreen state for a reason. I think Washington is one of the most beautiful states. Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana, I think, are the 4 most beautiful states in all of America. And I've been to like 20 other states. And I love the nature here.
Oh yeah, we have nature, dude.
Do you have poisonous snakes in Ohio?
I don't know. We have wolf spiders. Oh.
We have wolf spiders here too. Colorado is beautiful. You know, I think Colorado is like one of the other prettiest states in all, but I love West Coast nature. It's just unparalleled to the East Coast, in my opinion. Though I do like Florida's tropicalness, but also Florida. I don't know. I don't like humidity.
Yeah,
I
man.
like rain. I like clouds.
As someone who's always lived in like a
Thank you.
suburb mixed with the city, I just find nature to be kind of isolating. Like I like going there for a visit and like do some paintings and see everybody's cows and things like that. But being able to walk across the street and get a beer, chef's kiss. Like I don't talk to anybody, but I get to people watch. Like being in the city, there's just so many things that you like. I had an experience, but I can't even say it because it would definitely give away where I am. This person is amazing, but like there's things that you would see in the city that you wouldn't see in like really spread out rural areas.
No, of course.
The cities are decrepit.
Well, yeah, and yeah, in Ohio's kind of one of those places where it's not like all rural. You kind of have to go more upward to get there, or more to like Indianapolis, because like where I live, it's kind of like it's almost like a city, because I live in like a suburb. So Ohio's kind of like best of both worlds.
I like the mix. I like the I don't want like metal cranes everywhere, but like
Well, when I went to Boston, I actually like the city more than I do where I live now.
Boston's beautiful. Yeah. for
Because
sure.
like I can just go out with a couple of friends, grab a beer, and it's like no problem. But
And
like
with
here,
transportation, it's so good. Like you can I don't drive, I don't have a car. So like for me being in the city is almost like a requirement.
well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. My ex-girlfriend, she kind of lives in like a city too, and she doesn't have a car either. So it's almost kind of like it's a different experience because I'm so used to driving everywhere because that's what I do for my job. I'm not like a bus driver like Dan is, but I deliver like Little Debbie stuff, so I drive like all the time too. So
I like living rural, so like away from the city, but like 30 to 40 minutes to the city would be my ideal. But
Yeah,
away
that's
from people, like I love rural living because that's the way that I grew up. I grew up in Renton, Washington, and we lived right in between 2 different counties, which was considered unincorporated. Pierce County, unincorporated King County was like on the borderline in between it. So we weren't actually part of any specific county in the city, but we were just far enough to where like, oh, you want to get downtown Seattle? Well, that's a 30-minute drive. You want to get downtown Tacoma? Well, that's another 30. It was like perfect. And there was enough woods and nature to where like it took maybe 7 minutes to get out of that. And then you're in the city. And it was wonderful. But an acre
Yeah,
of
I think a lot
backyard,
of
woods.
Americans would agree with that.
Well, yeah, that's about what Ohio is, Daniel. Especially where I live, that's like pretty much it.
Because I used to live in Seattle, downtown Seattle specifically, and I hated it. Hated it. I thought I would like city living. But
I don't think you're hearing him. I think he's asking you to move to Ohio.
no, I hear it. He's been asking me for that for eons. I would not do that though. It has nothing to do with Ohio specifically. It's just because I have to take care of my dad when, or have to take care of my mom. Because my dad has anemic brain disease, so. And I promised my mom that I would be here to take care of him.
I was gonna say something fucked up.
What were you gonna say? Say it, bitch.
Hopefully they can die a little bit faster, dude.
Wow, that's not very nice. Why? So I can come over to Ohio? I still wouldn't do that. I gotta take care of my mom.
Oh my god. I gotta wait till they both croak, dude.
No. Well, nah, I don't know. I don't know. If my mom and dad both croak, I'm gonna get a massive fat inheritance. I know that. It's like, I think like we get like $350,000 per kid, something like that.
Oh, whoa, what?
Yup. my dad, I don't think my dad is a investor's genius. Like, he is so smart with money. Ever since like the 70s and 80s. So he started working at Boeing, right? And from day one he started working at Boeing, he split his money. He has money put aside in for like multiple different 401ks. He has stuff set up to where, like, if my dad was to die right now, and then my mom was to, let's say, develop some, let's say, a brain disease or something like my dad has, right? My dad has stuff set up to where there's like apparently like over $1 million set aside for my mom to go into a senior living house, and she would be accounted for and taken care of financially for like until she died. Like, he has all this stuff set up for my mom if my mom wasn't able to take care of herself, or I wasn't able to take care of her, type of deal. He has stuff set up for me and my brother and sister when they both croak out. Croak sounds so dark when I say that, but when they both pass away, yeah. And their house, my parents' house they bought it for, I didn't want them to move out of Renton, but they bought the house a couple years back. They bought it for like, I think it was $450, and now it's like worth almost $1.1 million. The house itself.
Is that the house that I visited?
Actually, wait. Which one did you visit? Was it the?
It was a big one.
Did it have a big backyard?
I think so.
No. That was no. Wait, you only came up. No. You only came up and visited me once, right? Didn't we only?
Yeah. But like when I came up, we went over to your parents' house for something.
I think that was their new house. I think. I can't remember. If it had a gigantic backyard, like 1 acre of backyard, did it have a long driveway?
Yeah, it was a big house, dude.
Okay, then yeah, that was the Renton house. That was not their new one. And my parents actually downgraded their house, which is kind of crazy, because the house, I told them to stick in the house that they had, because they bought that for $200,000, and when they sold it, it was worth like $800,000. I'm like, you keep this because it has an acre of land. It's going to go up to like now it's like worth $1.8 million or something like that, which is crazy. It's insane how much I'm like, you just could have just sat out there for a couple more years. Ugh.
Well, my parents are a little less stately with money, but when both of my parents retire, whenever the fuck that is, they're just gonna move to Florida. Dude, personally, I don't know why anybody would want to move to Florida, especially after all that hurricane shit happened.
Yeah, why do people go to these states that have these crazy hurricanes that wipe out half the state every single time? I don't understand why people want to live there.
Yeah, that.
Why do people do that?
Like, at all.
Like, you spend all this time and money working to build something back up, and then every year you pose that risk of something just wiping it away. I don't understand the mentality behind that. And I feel bad for them, but at a point, if you've experienced 2 gigantic hurricanes and both times your house are wiped out, like at that point, use your brain, get out of there. There's no point to live there. And apparently, isn't insurance companies like crazy expensive to even have insurance on your house and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Especially there.
I would not feel comfortable living in a state where a hurricane can just come in and wipe out half everything I own. You know?
Well, and that's what I told him too.
At that point, I want to live in the ground, but then you live in the ground, you're going to have a flood, you're going to be drowned out, so...
Yeah, who
Here on the
knows?
West Coast, all we have is a risk of I live next to Mount Rainier, an active volcano, and then I have... we live on... Well, no, California's on that fault line, but outside of that, an active volcano and a fault line from California on the West Coast, that's all we got.
Yeah.
Are you nervous about the volcano at all?
No. I don't think it's going to be in my lifetime. Although every time I read about that, there's always some article every year in Washington State. They're like, yeah, Mount Rainier is like 200 years past active explosion. The last time it went off, I think, was like 1800s or something. 17 or 1800s. So it's been like 300 years since the last time, but it's past due to explode. And if Mount Rainier does blow, holy shit, I don't know if I'm going to survive because I'm fairly close to it.
Yep, dude.
And we're in the line of where if it blows up, what is those not lava tubes, but all that mud water shit where all the stuff melts. I'm in the pathway of those. I don't forget the geological term for it. But I'm gonna be fucked.
Well, better start moving now, buddy.
Hopefully they know. Hopefully maybe they'll be able to predict it. You know, like if you get notification like, hey,
Washington does have like a system set up, but as far as I understand, we can't actually predict when an eruption's going to happen. We don't have like apparently that technology yet. We can figure out like when we can see when earthquakes and when there's activity happening, but like we don't have the technology to predict, oh, this is going to happen a month from now, you know, type of deal. Like we don't have the technology like we have with space, because space we can figure out, predict almost everything. Volcanic shit.
But like, you know how in Florida, like when the hurricanes were coming, some people left, some people like didn't have a way to leave, and some people were like, I got this. Like if you could get a notification that like this thing is about to go off in a week, which person are you?
I would get out a week ahead of time. I mean, I saw all those videos of people being stuck on the highway during that hurricane. Apparently, the hurricane wasn't as bad as people thought it was going to be. From what I saw.
I'm here to tell you, dude. If a volcano or something goes off, you're fucking dead. Because the volcano isn't the issue.
No,
it's
I
the
know.
Volcanic ash.
I know. I've seen that it will fuck. There will be no light for fucking a month, probably.
Yeah. There's nothing really you can do. I mean, same with like hurricanes, especially good luck getting a highway. You better use the back roads. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I didn't think about the way the traffic would jam up. Like if you were someone who was like leaving
Mount
late last
Rainier
minute.
is gonna fuck other. It's gonna if it explodes, what I've looked at the graphs. What it's gonna do is it's gonna like cover half the USA is gonna be covered in ash. Like I'm not joking. Like it's gonna reach almost all the way to the East Coast. That's how it's this one of the largest volcanoes like in the world apparently. One of them. And it's the biggest volcano in the US. I know that. Other than Yellowstone National Park, but that's like under the ground type of deal. Yellowstone's the number one. If that explodes, like the whole US is like half dead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say the whole country's fucked. Because I mean it's as I said, as I was saying, it's not the, it's the ash, but you have to take into account the stagnation that's going to do for like crop season.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, it'll just start killing people off left and right, food shortages.
Yeah.
Whole country be fucked.
Agriculture, everything's going to be gone. It will be interesting to see if it happens in my lifetime. I think I'll figure out a way to survive. I actually have
Here we go.
I have an emergency thing. I have a specific mask that's designed for volcanic ash that I spent a shit ton of money for. That I have in my storage unit specifically to survive and breathe, and I have the filters and shit for it. Expensive. It's technically government shit that I managed to get a hold of. I don't know if it's legal or not.
Yeah, you got it from a military surplus. Everybody knows.
No. It was not from military surplus. But I did get it. Actually, I stole it technically.
Oh, let me guess. Oh, better. It's from Etsy, wasn't it?
Yes, totally. That's where I buy all my military gear. That's where I bought my Glock, my revolver, my AK-47. That's gold. Totally.
Hey, man, I bought a gas mask off Etsy, and it was an actual real, like, Soviet gas mask, too. It's in my closet. It's been sitting in my closet for, like, 4 years. I kind of want to get rid of it, but I just never do. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. It's one of those old Soviet era, like, gas masks, and it's got, like, 5 or 10 filters and stuff. It's designed for, like, radiation and all that, but I'm telling you, man, if bombs were to go off, I'm fucked. Because I'm like, right where I live right around.
We're not gonna see nuclear war in our time. If anything, I think the biggest thing we'd see in our lifetime is an actual EMP device that disrupts America. Because I think that's our biggest threat right now is EMP, like nuke of like wiping out the majority of like all of our electronics and communications. Because America would go in disarray if that happened.
Well,
because we were too reliant on the internet. We don't know how to operate without the internet. If we don't, that's where we are. One EMP, we are fucked. Everybody is going to go lose. They're going to lose their minds.
Because what was it? I live like there's something in Dayton, Ohio. It's like right Patterson Air Force Base. I live like right next to it, dude. I'm telling you, anything happens, I'm fucked. All right, I am fuckerinoed.
I would love to go back to the 90s lifestyle. Oh man, the 90s was so fun. The 90s and early 2000s. I think like the 2000s were like the best era, man.
We still had the internet back then, you fucking goofball.
I know, but it was a different type of internet. It wasn't what it is now. We didn't have fucking Twitter. We didn't have the shit that we have now. It wasn't as... Social media wasn't used in the way that it is used now. We didn't have TikTok. You know, people say that everybody who uses TikTok is dumb. No, I use TikTok to find out who is dumb. That's what I use TikTok for.
I see.
The internet in 2000s was like, what, Club Penguin? It was RuneScape. God, I miss RuneScape. What else was it?
Counter-Strike.
Yeah, the original Counter-Strike. Even 2006 YouTube was so much different. The 5-star little review, 5 stars, red little stars you could do. There was a video response bar. YouTube was in a different circle. Everything, we had MySpace. We had LimeWire, which gave me 50,000 malware viruses. I got all my music I needed, you know.
When did we first meet?
When did we first meet? I thought we met in Battlefield. Didn't we meet? Or did I meet?
I met you through. I think I remember. So it was about Battlefield, but I joined the TeamSpeak. And I was playing. I remember I was playing Jedi Outcast, like the first Dark Forces game before Jedi Knight Jedi Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Good game, by the way.
Yeah, but that just shows how old we are. Because nobody, you say what's Jedi Outcast or Jedi Academy, people are like, what?
Back when Star Wars games didn't suck nuts.
Hey, Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order were amazing. That's like the only
fucking snooze fest.
Oh, come on. They are fantastic games, bro. How do you not like those?
Because it's boring. Playing as a Jedi is like boring.
It's not boring.
Boring.
Its story is amazing. It has a great storyline. It has great characters.
Whoa, the Jedi. Boring. This is my open world Mando game.
Isn't that Star Wars Outlaws?
Yeah, and that's
Star Wars
boring, too.
Outlaws is gonna win the video game of the year. Didn't you know?
Oh, all right. We can do it right here. Hold on. 1 sec. I'll be right back. I'm getting checked in real quick.
I'm on Pokemon cards. You know what's really a shame? So my parents made me sell and get rid of all my original Pokemon. I had the original Pokemon deck, cards, first generation, everything. I had the Pokemon games. My parents made me get rid of it all because my pastor said that Pokemon was satanic, and they knew that I had a lot of Pokemon, and they saw how obsessed with it as a kid, and I loved Pikachu and Gengar and Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur. I loved all these things, and my parents made me get rid of it because of satanicness. Can't make that story up. I was heartbroken. It's one of the biggest things I have resentment towards my parents for, and I always bring it up to my mom. I'm like, Mom, do you remember that time you made me get rid of all my Pokemon cards? Some of these original Pokemon cards are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars now. It's like, this is what you took from me. You took away my childhood. Crazy. It still hurts deep down. Now I want to get the original Pokemon cards, and it's like almost $1,000 to have the original Pokemon. It's even more than that, I think, to have the original Pokemon cards to get it all back again. It's crazy. You guys see my little my Squishmallows? I have another one actually coming today. I must get all the Squishmallows in that they have. That's Pokemon, and my goal is to have like every Squishmallow possible that is Pokemon in the generation 1 through 3, and only generation 1 through 3, because that's the best 3 generations in Pokemon. Hands down. You won't convince me otherwise. Guess who felt like a major rebel when he went to see Harry Potter? I was not allowed to watch Harry Potter growing up, but I was allowed to watch Lord of the Rings and Chronicles of Narnia. Because apparently Chronicles of Narnia, because it was by that Christian author, what's his name? But that's like Christian magic, and that Christian magic's different than Harry Potter's magic. Make it make sense, right?
No, seriously, make it make sense.
That's just, dude. That's just. I don't know, man. That was just how my parents they operated. Like Harry Potter was banned. I wasn't allowed to watch it. It was super bad. My church, everybody hated Harry Potter and was like, "You watch the show, you're demented and you support witchcraft." But they would love Lord of the Rings.
I want to understand what's really what is as someone who's never seen Harry Potter. I wasn't banned from watching it or anything. I just
okay, from what from the reasons I was provided when I was a kid is Lord of the Rings is done by Tolkien, and Tolkien had like a semi-Catholic, I think it's Catholic background. I don't know his Catholic background, and some of the characters like Gandalf the White is supposed to be a representation of Jesus. I don't believe that's actually the case, but because he was a Catholic, and similar to Chronicles of Narnia, whatever guy, I can't remember the author's name who did that, but similarly the White Witch and the lion's supposed to be Jesus, the witch is supposed to be Satan, and they pull all of these. I don't know if this is backed by the original authors, but it pulls like these Christian meanings from these characters, and that's the differentiation, because it's written by like a Christian author that's representing God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit, the 3 aspects of the Holy Spirit in these books and stories and movies, and Harry Potter does not. Harry Potter is like black magic.
Inversely, J.K. Rowling is a witch. Then she because that's what I'm gathering from this. I mean, I kind of get it for Chronicles of Narnia because I think I feel like Chronicles of Narnia
C.S. Lewis
is more
was
like
Christian, yeah. Well, like
story, but like.
I don't know. I just think if you have like a witch and you have a character like Gandalf the White Wizard, that's what he's described as. If a wizard in Harry Potter, how's that any different than a white wizard in Gandalf? Whether or not you choose to use that as a allegory of like the representation of Jesus, that's stupid. Couldn't I say that fucking... It's
all fantasy.
It is all fantasy, and it all goes in the same category, but I don't know why I grew up with it being in a different category, because it never should have been a different category. It's all the same to me, and I've always viewed it that way.
I mean, like, I remember when I was a kid, I watched Death Note, and my mom was like, "That is some demonic shit. Like you can't just watch that. Like that's demons." And I was like, "No, no, 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 no. Like you like true crime, right? It's true crime." And so I had her sit down and watch it with me as a true crime anime. And I mean, she switched up real quick. So I feel
really?
like
That's funny. At least your mom was open to that.
I would argue that true crime is one of the most problematic forms of media that exists right now.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, because a lot of it can it's just over. How do I explain it?
it
a lot of it-
sensationalizes.
Yes,
like,
yes.
yeah.
There we go. That's what I was looking for. It like sensationalizes a lot of these like murders and stuff, and it's like people just need to let guys like that die and give them.
You
no
mean like
spotlight.
Netflix making the Jeffrey Dahmer
Yeah.
series like that?
Yep.
Okay, I can kind of see your point. I did watch all of that. It was amazing, but I thought it was very well made. Vanessa say it glamorizes and normalizes it. Yeah, I can kind of see that.
I can see it for a dramatization like that show, or like was it terrifyingly evil, shockingly bad and smelly, or whatever that was that Zac Efron was in. Like I can see it for that, but do you think that there's room through documentaries for us to learn about
documentaries? Yeah, I think documentaries and dramatizations are like two different things.
Okay, that's fair.
I make a very good distinction between something that's like exploring stuff like that and just laying out the facts as they are. No weird like alterations to events or anything like that versus, single white person over dramatizing, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, don't you know that Jeffrey Dahmer, that the Netflix developed? It's so weird when Netflix does stuff like. I liked that show, but I thought that it seeing people like on social media like defend the guy after that, and they're like, oh, he's so hot type of deal because it's an actor that they really like, but it's also he's representing a terrible person who did terrible things. It's a little fucked up in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's the stuff that I think is just flat out wrong.
So then it sounds like, because there are ways of doing. I do think that the Jeffrey Dahmer show. I mean, even just saying it like that sounds horrible. Like that's what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see how that did what it did, but whereas there was something that just came out called Woman of the Hour, I think it was called, and it was a movie, and that entire movie focused on how the victims evaded being murdered. I don't really think that the person they were focusing on, or I guess the person who did the murders, was really shown in a light that you would feel any sort of empathy for him. Like it was almost entirely focused on the victims and the women that were impacted. Like I think that there's an argument some people could make that shows or like movies that are directed in that way could be empowering for those victims. Do you see that?
And I do see that aspect. But as I said, I'm more the mind. I think those people should be buried in the ground, and nobody should be talking about them, and nobody should be making Netflix TV series about Jeffrey Dahmer.
Buried under volcano.
Yeah, buried under the ground, forgotten, like the worthless piece of shit that guy is.
The bad thing about the Jeffrey Dahmer show when I watched it is after I watched it, I found out that apparently, which this is really negligent on Netflix end, they did not consult the families about the actual the production and making of. So they didn't consult the families about the kids being utilized as characters. You have an actor representing their child who's getting their like brain like drilled open and eaten or whatever. I think that's kind of fucked up, low key, that the families weren't consulted or asked about that. And apparently a lawsuit came from that. I don't know if they won or lost. I have no idea. I never looked into it, but they were very upset and offended by that, and I think that's rightfully so. have your
Yeah,
son depicted in a show
and
and then dramatized without your consent. And at least some of the money, I think, should have been given to the families of the victims who's lost their kids. I think that would have been the normal thing. But from what I understand, Netflix did not do that. So
I think
of
it's a
course they didn't do
master
that,
class
man.
on how to do it wrong. The Jeffrey Dahmer series was definitely a master class on how to like make very strange women horny and then make everyone else very, very upset.
Yeah, and it's like I just think rather than doing stuff like that and feeding into all that stuff, they should just not do it at all. And I mean, if you're gonna do it, I think documentaries are fine. I think those are a very wonderful and unbiased way of presenting stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think the Animaniacs with Jeff Dahmer is like the right move.
Yeah.
And apparently the family agrees. So
Go family.
given, well, I was talking about the family, the victim.
Yeah. I mean, I hope they got, even if they didn't win, I hope they got donations for that nonsense. Because I did read about that afterwards. And I
Yeah.
was like, ooh, man, that wasn't right.
Yeah, man. I mean, that'd be like, some dude having his like girlfriend killed by this like serial killer, and then like 2 years later they come out with like a, like a Netflix special about it, and don't consult the guy at all. I'm pissed the fuck off.
I think there's actually a Black Mirror episode where something precisely like that happens. It's like them poking fun at how gross it is to sensationalize murderers. But it's like, that's a Netflix original. So like, who y'all greenlit making fun of yourselves? Y'all greenlit making you look bad?
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. It all kind of, I don't know. I'm pretty doomer about a lot of stuff, man.
I don't know much. I want people to be happy and have food, and play video games, and or not play video games. Maybe go out in nature, or I guess like see
okay,
strippers.
I gotta actually watch. I need to see this. I'm switching scenes right. So I wanted to talk about this. So this, I'm sorry, but I think part of the reason why Kamala T lady,
Kamala.
I know how it's said.
You're trying so hard.
Kamala. I've said her name right. I'm saying it wrong intentionally, though, doo-doo. This is one of the main reasons why she lost, okay? What is that? What are you looking at? So, I don't know if you know this, but she made a Fortnite map to appeal to young voters. And today we're going to watch the trailer for the Fortnite map. And this is how out of touch of reality. I think if you're if you're literally making a Fortnite map to appeal to young voters, you're an idiot. And I think her lack of promoting herself in this, like the fact that she did this campaign in Fortnite is a travesty. This is like the most embarrassing and humiliating thing I've ever seen. And you scroll down here. You mean a
travesty?
Yes, travesty. Isn't travesty the same thing?
No. They're not.
Squad up, go vote, November 5th, 2024.
Yeah,
and
that makes me just want to
play Freedom Town. This is not sponsored, endorsed, or administered by Epic Games. I don't know. Of course they say that, but we're going to watch the trailer for this, okay? Because I actually haven't seen this. But this is an official Kamala Harris Fortnite map. And thank you, DMZ, for the $5 donation. I appreciate that. 2016 is upon us once again. Indeed. Hopefully it will be better. Oh, this is only 30 seconds? Are you serious?
Yeah, the actual map sucks, by the way. I played it. You can't use any guns or anything on it.
Fight for freedom. Oh, it's using copyrighted music. Play now.
Yep.
Wait, so you can't use any guns?
Nope.
Oh my god, Promise of America.
Yeah, you can't fight for freedom.
Oh my god, that is so What? Look at this.
It's bad, bro. I've already seen that trailer. I've already played the map. I played it for a little bit. I dabble in the arcane arts of Fortnite every so often.
That is ridiculous. This is so stupid. Like, what's the point? You can't have guns. I mean, that's like defeats the whole purpose, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What? Wait, the map says you can't have guns on the map? Is that what that says?
Yeah, you can't
Apparently you
shoot
can't,
in
yeah.
the map.
But doesn't Kamala support? Okay, I mean, didn't she learn from Hillary's Pokemon Go to the polls?
You would
Apparently not.
think. Was the map good or no? I mean, apparently not. Somebody here
No, it
tried it,
sucks.
so.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. Don't waste your time, dude. Go play Black Ops 6 like a normal human being.
Yeah, that's what I've been playing. Black Ops 6.
Yeah, just go play Black Ops, dude. Don't even waste your time.
Black Ops 6 and Dead by Daylight. That's all. And actually, no, I've been playing web fishing. I highly recommend the game. I'm dead ass. Go on Steam right now and look up the game Web Fishing. It's a very web fishing. It's very relaxing. I played it an hour before I went to work yesterday. I played it an hour. I've been playing like almost an hour every single day. It's kind of like what's the intent? It's kind of like Animal Crossing, except not. It's a little bit different. I think it's better than Animal Crossing because it's interactive and there's other players. You can only have 12 people, but basically you spawn in this little town and you have a camp. You got to upgrade your camp. You got to fish, and you fish, and you can get gear and piercings and facial stuff and hats, and you can play music on the guitar with an actual guitar. And like people were playing My Chemical Romance on the guitar yesterday, and you're just sitting there fishing and chatting with other people while you're fishing and getting these little challenges and missions and quests done in your little village.
So pretty much Animal Crossing, just on the PC.
No, it's not like Animal Crossing because you can't like customize a house and shit like that. It's specifically pertaining to fishing. But you can actually talk with other players and stuff. It's very interactive, and that's what's funny about it. It's all interactive and being able to talk with other people and players. So
You just described like 90% of the things you do in Animal Crossing.
yeah, but Animal Crossing isn't like open to. You have your friends have to join your island, and it's fucking stupid. You can't have fucking 12 people all doing different things and dancing and playing instruments together and making music and shit. And doesn't have mods either. This does.
Sorry,
again,
Mr. Rapper Zion.
It pertains to just fishing and camping. So. Anyways, guys, I think I'm going to actually end my stream because I have to work today. Otherwise, I'd be streaming for another hour or so. But definitely check out Web Fishing. I want to thank you guys for stopping on the stream. We peaked at, I believe, 210 viewers, which was way more than my last stream. I think my last stream was 180. So thank you for letting me hit a new record. I am going to head off for today, and I will be streaming this coming Monday or Sunday. Again, for my 5th live stream on the channel. What we'll talk about, I don't know. But until then, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the $50 in chat revenue for the donations. Feel free to become a member of the channel. If you hit that link down below, become a member and you get some special perks and you can talk to me one-on-one way easier. I'm very easy to get in contact with, and I'd love to have people come and voice chat more often and talk. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for making me beat my last stream record, and I will catch you guys next week for another live stream. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.
Yeah, fuck this guy, by the way.